It's
that's a screw there, malt whiskey.
yeah, it's a screw, huh?
I love Lex's shirt. I had a shirt similar to that, and I've always loved it. I was sitting outside of a bar. Some guy walked up because with my beard, and he thought I was a musician. But he's like, "Why are you wearing a Walt Disney shirt?" And I'm like, "It's not Walt Disney." He looked closer, malt whiskey. But we were just looking. I was like, "Oh, there's a screw. There's a screw there. Rock on."
Yeah.
I love the shirt, Lex.
Thank you.
Love it, brother. All right. Well, that's it. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to talk about copying files today using PDQ deploy, as well as maybe deleting some unnecessary files that you want to do. So we'll cover a couple of those, and we're going to talk about the file copy step and when to use it and when not to use it. How's that sound?
I like the idea, man.
All right, let's do it.
Should we do it? Okay.
I'll never remember.
JJ in the background is like, remember the highlighter, guys. I worked hard on that. You missed what he wrote on here. I took it off. It was like, use the highlighter.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of scenarios. Very common use case here. People want to. You have customers that say we want to take some shortcuts and place them on the all users desktop. Right.
That's a very common.
Now there are some. If you know the specific files that you want to. First of all, there's a couple of ways of doing this. Natively, we don't have a way to create a shortcut. You need to use a script to do that. What we recommend is that you take an existing shortcut and just copy that. Yeah.
Now we do have a KB on how to create them. Brig wrote it, and I think we've got that for everybody on the.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to make that available.
But yeah, it's out there,
Kelly. But there is a VB script out there on actually creating on the fly your shortcuts. But in this case, let's just.
Do something easy. Let's copy one, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We've got an all desktop icon. We have AA Web and we have a request list. It's a Google's Docs. Now, when it comes to shortcuts, keep in mind that there's two types, and you don't actually see the extension. If the shortcut goes to a site, it's got a .url. If it's goes to an area on a file system, it's a .lnk. Even though you don't see that, that's important. It's not necessary if you're going to talk about just copying all of the files, but it is very important if you're copying just specific
onesie twosies. Yep.
All right, so let's say we want to copy AA Web. We want to copy everything in all desktop icons out to a public desktop, right?
Sounds good.
Does that sound good? All right. So there's our, by the way, once again, we've taken these existing shortcuts, placed them out on a file server.
Yep. And
you can see where they go. Let's go to the properties. This one goes to Admin Arsenal. And this one goes to, it's like I say, it's a Google Docs. So if somebody accesses that, they're going to have to log into their Google Docs.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to just do a quick copy of that file, of that UNC path. Yeah. So let's go create, I'm going to just go to My Custom Packages, New Package. We'll call this one, I don't know, copy desktop files. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. And let's create a new step. We're going to do a file copy.
So, I mean, ultimately, guys, your shortcuts are just basically files that contain data, metadata.
When you do in your file copy step, you have a couple of options. Do you want to copy a single file? Remember, if you're going to do the single file and you're doing a shortcut, don't forget the .lnk or .url, depending on the type of shortcut, if that's what you're copying. Or if you want to do an entire folder, there you go. So what's the source? Well, that's the source right there. We were just there. Copy paste. It's been your friend for years.
So quick question: if that's a source, is it going to copy the folder too, or just the contents of that folder?
That's a very good question. This is going to copy the contents of this folder. So if you actually wanted a folder called All Desktop Icons, so we're going to put this on the All Users Desktop, right? So this will work on anything Vista or later. If you wanted to do this with XP, don't use XP, but you'd actually, public will not work. The public variable does not work with XP. Yeah.
Now, another interesting, I was talking to Jason because he gets a lot of these questions about this stuff just got copied out, willy-nilly. You do need to put your target there, guys. If you don't put your target, where does the stuff end up?
generally, there's two parts of a file copy: the source and the destination.
Destination, okay.
Okay.
So if you can't find your stuff, make sure your destination, check it, okay?
So to answer your question, right now, I say public desktop. What that's going to do is it's going to take all the files, and depending on what I select here, the subfolders, and place them just in desktop. So it's not going to place all desktop icons. If you wanted the all desktop icons, you would actually need, in other words, this parent directory, you'd actually need to specify that, all desktop icons.
So would it build that
Yeah.
folder up there? Okay.
But we don't want to do that. We're just going to throw it out to desktop. Do you have a machine? Did you say?
Let's send it to Carla.
So you have Carla's open.
I do.
Right?
I get Carla opened up.
All right. So what we should see, well, depending on what we're going to see, two new URLs, two new shortcuts, and then another folder. Because what we're going to do is say, overwrite existing files, include subfolders, and copy all files. Now notice this is you still have a little warning icon. I'm not sure if you can zoom in on that. There's a little
Highlight it. We should try that highlighter
It's over
JJ's been talking about.
Yeah, it's over there.
Watch, I'll do it. Right there.
Yeah.
So there's a little warning icon there. Why is that? Because you haven't specified what you want to copy. If you want to copy just the URLs, you could do something like star.url, and then it would copy the star.url. And notice that little warning icon went away. Or if you just want to copy all the files, we have that option right there.
Boom.
Now this is really just a wrapper for Robocopy. So Robocopy does need to exist on the targets. That's okay. It's been built in since XP. So your chances are you're going to have that out there. But we're going to say copy all files. That way it just throws everything in there. And let's go ahead and get.
Should we launch it?
Obviously, you can throw your conditions out there to say, exclude XP, since this won't work on XPs or 2003s, if you wanted to do that. And by the way, there is a way to do this. You just have to use a different variable in XP or 2003. Public doesn't work. I believe it's all users profile or something like that. It's been a while. Anyway,
So,
we're going to go ahead and copy this out. Hit Control D. And you said Carla, right?
yes.
Okay. So maybe you have some company files or employee manuals or something that you want existing on everybody's desktop.
I got to say, we're 8 minutes into it, and you have not made a typing error yet. I'm drinking to that.
Cheers.
It's because, Lex, you're not typing.
Have you noticed I never type?
I know.
Yeah, that's because this is not fun to watch.
All right, we're watching this. Let's see. Let's go see. Oh, I just saw them get created.
Running?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
still running. So there's the AA web and the request list.
Nice.
Right now, obviously, our icons were Chrome, but the Chrome's not the default browser
Browser
here.
on this, so it shows IE.
But there you go.
So now, Shane, okay, so we got them out there, right? VLC, love the VLC player, hate the cone on my desktop, man.
Okay.
Let's nuke it.
You want to nuke that
Let's
one?
nuke
Okay.
it. That's
So
the
I
other
just
half.
opened it up.
Let's remove some files.
Real quick, there's the help desk right there where we have help desk policies and import help desk with an XML file. That was out there because we said all folders and all files and all subdirectories.
Subdirectories, yeah.
Okay, very simple. Now, before we jump into that deleting, if you wanted to do a complete replace and you wanted to delete extra files that were out there, the file copy step is not for you. What you're going to want to do is script it out.
Yeah.
Even just use. You can even just use. Keep in mind, Robocopy. It does what you tell it to do. You would use a /mir. It's short for mirror, and that will copy the source to the destination and delete anything on the destination that doesn't match the source. So you.
That just sounds dangerous, man.
But you can do it.
You can do it. It just does sound dangerous.
Yeah. Once again, that would literally be just Robocopy source destination /mir.
Yeah, make them.
But be careful.
Same, yeah.
Okay, so you said you wanted to delete
Yep. Let's get rid of that.
the
that
VLC player. And
traffic cone.
this exists on the all users desktop?
it
Okay.
does.
Do you want to drive?
No.
All right.
Not at all. We don't want to sit and watch me type like this.
Okay.
We've only got 30 minutes.
So let's go ahead and do a new. I guess we could also, if you wanted, we could do the same. We could copy the desktop files, and we could also just do a new
step.
as part of this one. And you want to delete VLC? Okay. So we're going to say, and you just want to do a del.
Yep, Del.
Okay, and it's going to be Dell
Public desktop.
public. Is it just called VLC?
Nope, it is not.
It's called VLC media player. So we need to use quotes.
Quotes, yep.
So VLC media player. Not with, I don't think with Dell.
Sorry, I didn't call
not
it.
with the Dell.
I was asking if you.
Oh, you're asking us. Okay. The JJ asked, can you use just wildcards on that? Do we want to use the .lnk?
Yep, thank you. So you want to do a .lnk, thank you very much. That will fail otherwise, and I believe it's a /y. How do you find out? Let's hurry and just take a quick look at a usage statement here. Do a Dell /?. Nope, it's dash force F. So I think it's -y for
Copies, I think.
for X. Maybe it's X copy. I don't know. Anyway, so we want to do it /F. Well, you can tell it's been a while since I've done the /F. Perfect. So that says force it no matter what. Save it.
So again, if we run this again, we're not going to get another set of files we just copied. It's going to copy
Well-
over them.
Yeah, we just said so it's not going to double up.
Good, good, good.
Okay, that's a very good point.
Let's see if we did it right.
Right.
I'm drinking if we did it right, and I'm drinking if we did it wrong.
That sounds like win-win, man.
It does. The only thing is my glass is empty. Not for long. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Please.
Okay, Monica is back. She's ringing a bell and rocking on the mic while the Fly Girls yell. She's got this question. Is there a way to delete shortcuts that users have made for applications, particularly those with numbers or copy in the shortcut name?
Ooh, gonna run into a couple issues there.
The answer is yes. If they've made them, it's just you have to kind of know where they are. If you want to do a delete with, maybe you can't. I can't remember if you can use a wildcard.
Oh, by the way, did
do
you
it
see that?
live.
The icon was gone there.
Yeah, the icon's gone. You would probably want to use, if you want to use, let's find out.
Well, ultimately, here's the thing, right? Does it exist on all user desktop? Probably not. It's probably on the user's desktop. So you're gonna have to traverse the user's desktop, which you can do. Again, that's some scripting to find it.
Well, let's test this out. Let's just do this, Monica. Okay. So right now we're logged on as
Quintana.
Jesus Quintana. I love The Big Lebowski. If you guys don't
Donnie?
understand the Quintana reference, you got to watch The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna just create a new. Let's create a new shortcut here. All right, and we'll just have this go to a notepad. We'll do a
There it
system.
is. I jinxed him. I
root.
jinxed him. How far did we make it? 14
Right, system root,
minutes?
system 34. Yeah, there's notepad. We'll have it go to notepad. And
I want to call it copy.
well, we'll do a couple of them.
Copy it.
We'll see what we can do. So there's the
you go.
notepad/exe copy. Okay. So I don't know if Dell handles wildcards. I don't think it does, but we'll find out. Okay. So
I think
first
it
of all,
does. I think it does.
we'll do. Boy, it's been so long.
Go to the C drive. Hit
Let's create a new
Del **/F. Yeah, call me in the morning.
Definition of full content.
There are I'm sure there's PowerShell command lists where you can
Yeah,
do that. That will
yeah.
take that, but delete shortcut. Now keep in mind we can't just say go to the public desktop because that's not on the public desktop. That's on Quintana's desktop. So one thing you can do, and this is if you don't want to write something to traverse all of the desktop folders, Monica.
You can run as the logged on user.
Correct. You could run as a logged on user. Just obviously that user has to be logged on at that point. Yeah. All right. And boy, where's my mouse? There we go. So first of all, let's try the Dell without the copy. First of all, I just want to make sure that this works. So we're going to say Dell, and then we're going to do. Is it home path? I believe so. Let's find out. Yep.
Okay.
So I can go to a home path.
/desktop.
Yep, there it is. There's oh, it's not on there.
Well, you're on this machine.
Wrong
You're not on
machine.
Carl.
Oh yeah. Boy, I suck. Okay, so Dell HomePath/desktop, and it's called notepad.exe or notepad.lnk. Okay.
Actually, I think it's .exe.lnk. I mean,
Yeah, I think
it's
you're
the
right.
name, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Oh, and we'll do a /force. And then we're going to change this to, instead of run as the deploy user, because remember, home path is relative to the process owner, and the process owner is the deploy user, which is not going to necessarily be Quintana. It's going to be whatever. So unless you're logged on,
Yeah.
you want to do a deploy logged on user, and then you can have an extra condition to say only run if
The
a
user's
user is logged
logged
on. Mhm. And if Chris or anybody's watching and they know the wildcard thing, have them throw down. I also want to throw something out. If you're going to use Robocopy in a script, Robocopy has some custom success codes. Like you're going to want to add 1 and 2 to your success codes because 1 and 2 are actually successes in Robocopy.
Hey, that worked.
All right, so there's that. Now let's do.
Let's go throw our wildcard in there and get the copy.
Let's see what we can do.
Chris.
So we'll say Notepad. I don't think it's going to work, personally.
You don't think?
I don't think so. For some reason, I don't think that it will. We are going to do because they'll have spaces. We'll just do that. Let's find out.
All right, before you run it, guys, do you think it's going to work? I bet it will. I'm going with it will.
Drink if you do, drink if it doesn't.
All right. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think that it takes wildcards.
Aha! Ha 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 ha!
It does.
Gone.
There you go.
There it is. Whew.
So
Nice work.
in this case, Monica, now once again, if you're going to want to do this on all users' desktops, maybe reach out to us. We can send you something on. You would need to have a script that would just traverse. Yeah, it would go basically, especially in anything Vista, post Vista. It would basically say go to the users directories and traverse all of these for the desktop, and then delete those.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Don't forget, we had that set to run as logged on user.
Shane learned something new.
That's a good webcast.
It's been a while since I've used Dell.
Yeah.
True. Don't delete that much.
Yeah,
Drive space is cheap. Why delete?
So I do want to call this out because this will, if you're going to do Robocopy, let's say that I'm just going to create a new command step because you just want to actually mirror a particular desktop. You could say, Robocopy. I think I still have that in the path. Nope. So Robocopy FS01 deploy.
I like the call out that we have at the bottom when you run a Robocopy step.
Yeah, the file copy step can be. But once again, so we're going to say webcast. The hell was it called?
Right there, bro.
All desktop icons. So all desktop icons. So, and then you would have your target, right, which would be public desktop. Now, if we were to run this, and then a /mir, if you were to run this, it would remove everything on the desktop that does not match
exist
that.
in that
So
folder,
keep that
yeah.
in mind. But you're also going to want to go and add like a comma. So a 0 in Robocopy means it ran successfully, but no files needed to be changed. 1 means all files were changed, I believe, and 2 means 1 or more files were changed, something like that. You want to add that. Otherwise, it's going to succeed, but it's going to come back as a failure because it returns those error codes or those return codes. So just keep that in mind if you do Robocopy. Those of you who aren't familiar, if you want to look at the usage statement for Robocopy, it's fairly extensive. Yeah, but this is
It works
really,
well. It
it's
really
so
does
good.
a good job.
In fact, Chris even told me when it comes to copying, he just uses Robocopy. He never even touches PowerShell. He's like, Robocopy is the bee's knees, and it's true. I've been using it for years. And you can see the /mir, which is the equivalent of /e/purge. Yeah, right there.
Here, watch this. When you're like, highlight it. JJ, are you happy, man? I use the highlighter.
I am happy.
Clear.
Alrighty. Uh-oh. Oh, hang on. There it is.
All right. So anyway, just want to call that out, especially on the return codes, because that is a gotcha for so many people.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
Dear Shane and Lex, is there a way to run a remote batch that will trigger a package that isn't run from the server itself? I've just recently thought about using that if it is possible. Yours in the IT Brotherhood, Chris M.
Is this an epistle? All right. So
Is it a remote batch?
okay, so I'm going to say yes, with the exception of you're going to remove the term package. So if you want to run a remote batch that will trigger a package that isn't run from the server itself, I mean, if you can have a batch file that is executed from either a group policy or from a task schedule, and you'd create that task schedule on those target machines and just have that execute that batch. If you want to, from another machine, call PDQ deploy and have a package deployed, you can use the PDQ deploy command line. There's a gotcha there is obviously that command has to be executed from
the console.
It's going to be run, remote command on the console, and it has to be run from a console administrator if you're using deploy 9 or later. So we have a lot of people that do that. They have imaging solutions, whether they're
Fog or whatever,
MDT or whatever. Yeah, they will at the end of an image, they will have a remote command go out to the PDQ deploy server and execute. They say, hey, deploy this package. Maybe it's got a bunch of chained packages or something. Deploy baseline package, and you can do that from the PDQ deploy exe. However, once again, it has to be executed from a console admin.
Yep.
All right. So you may not, depending on how you want to do that, you may not want to have those credentials
floating around in the wild. Yeah.
But in a controlled environment, you're probably fine. And like I say, a lot of customers do it. So that's if you want to deploy the package. Otherwise, if you just want to execute a script on like maybe a user logon, that's where GPOs come in, or a task schedule, where you have those types of triggers.
Yep. Good question, though.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right. So let's show, we already showed the folder copy, multi-copy. I took the time to go write a bunch of lyrics from the songs that I love.
Okay.
All right.
He typed them out one by one.
One word at a time.
That's what you were doing last week.
That's it took all week.
You're writing the lyrics for 10 songs, the only 10 songs that you know.
That I know, yes. Well, no. So should we just do let's do just to show this, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna show.
Where's that? Is that the one that's
Same
out there?
webcast, yeah.
Webcast. Right? So like social distortion.
Yeah, I got Citrix, right, which is just flat. After you get in, there's no depth to it. Social distortion,
Gotcha.
rhymes, and then
lightning seeds like you. Okay. So you want to copy these where?
let's put them on Carla's C drive.
Just on the C drive?
Unless you want to put them somewhere deeper.
Okay. This
Make it difficult.
This just turned into a PG-13 rating.
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
Can you beep that? Beep.
So we're going to copy Lex's horrible music.
Easy. Easy. We might have to, JJ, you might have to block us out while I'm punching Shane.
I like social distortion. I actually was watching a Johnny Cash documentary, and they interviewed Mike Ness.
Yeah, I saw that one. I actually went and found it after you talked to me about it.
Yeah, and Mike Ness, the lead singer from Social Distortion, we're going to use files copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, what did he say? He said if it wasn't for Cash, there's a good chance we'd all still be singing Bing Crosby
Bing
songs.
Crosby,
so,
yeah. Yep.
Thank you, Johnny.
I'm dreaming of a white.
You know what? Social Distortion's cover of Ring of Fire is actually really good.
It is amazing.
So we're going to copy a folder, right? Mm-hmm. All right. And the source, well, let's do a copy here.
The lazy sysadmin. Copy and paste is your buddy.
Mm-hmm. Did I close that? No. There we go. So the source right there, and it's going to be social distortion.
I want the folder. I want the folder.
You want the
So
whole? You want everything?
I want
Webcast everything.
Well, no, I want the social distortion folder, but I only want the files out of Citrix. I don't want the Citrix folder.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean? So I want to get the social distortion folder and the subfolders, but I just want the files that are in Citrix.
Oh, okay, okay. I got what you're saying.
see what I
Okay,
mean?
I'm sorry. So you want the Citrix files.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say
Citrix files.
You kind of lost me there for a second, Haas. So in Citrix, we're going to specify just these files.
Those two, yep.
Okay. Well, boy, you really want to go. You want to go to the hardcore way.
I do.
So we're going to have a couple of steps then. All right. So we're going to say the source is Citrix, but it's going to go to the desktop.
Yeah.
Okay. Public desktop, right?
Bang.
And we could say, once again, by just doing this, we could just say, copy all files, because it's not going to copy Citrix folder down.
It's just going to grab the two files that are in there.
But if you wanted, you could add those files
Specifically.
And we do allow wildcards there. So
So
we could
do I have to do one file per line?
yeah,
If I'm going multis?
Yep. So it's boy, I have to keep on. I'm not sure what you put in here. So you got an XML and EXE. So we'll just make it very simple here. We'll say overwrite existing files, and we'll say star.exe and star.xml.
Okay.
All right, and that will copy those out to this desktop. Perfect. Pardon me. Now we're going to do a new. Actually, let's just duplicate this so we don't have to. Another file copy, but this one we're going to say social distortion. Sorry, guys.
Social with an S.
Social distortion. And since he wants to actually create the social distortion, that's where you specify this.
Do I need to use quotes on this because I got spaces?
Shouldn't have to.
Okay.
Let's find out. I believe we actually take that into consideration. We look for the spaces, and then we'll, as we send this to Robocopy, we will encapsulate.
The only thing though is,
Yep.
I need all those files.
So you can delete that, or you can just say copy all files.
And their subdirectories.
Include subfolders.
There you
Sound
go.
good?
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, it's fine. Social distortion. Do we need to do, well...
Let's find out.
Hold on. Well, we're still getting this. So, did I do that right? Oh, I didn't. Because we have a webcast. No, hold on. You misspelled distortion.
I did.
Distortion.
I thought you liked this band.
Oh man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Still not playing.
I know. There we go. No.
Did I spell it really wrong? That's a possibility. Thank God you guys didn't hire me for my spelling
Select
abilities.
folder. And then public, maybe, let's just check to see if we do need to have quotes there. No. Yeah. We'll find out. I want to just do an F5. So we have the file copy. That one works. It's looking for the details. 2 files of 54 meg.
Go take the space out of social distortion.
Sorry?
No?
No.
Hey, somebody who knows how to use this product, come in here and tell us what's going on.
Browse for it.
No, I did. I did. And I
selected
went
it?
selected it. Yeah. So we went select. Include subfolders. I wonder why it was doing that. Oh, wait, because copy all file. I believe copy all files already do that. Let's find out.
All right. Game on.
Figure out our own
This is why
product.
this is live, guys.
All right.
So you get to see us trying to.
There we go. Okay, so we're expecting the Citrix files to just go
Just
right on the
2
desktop.
files on the desktop.
With no Citrix directory.
Yep, and then a folder for social distortion.
I'm going to delete those for right now.
Get them out the way.
There just goes the folder. And then we may have found a bug.
Nice.
We test.
Live on the webcast.
Okay, so it says file copy 3. I'm going to click this output log. You can see the Robocopy there. For the first step,
2 files copied.
it says 2 files copied, but I don't see them. Do you see them under Carla?
But that's for the,
Citrix.
yeah.
That was just the 2 Citrix files.
What was our output folder?
Let me make sure I did this right.
Desktop.
Public desktop.
Override existing.
Copy.
I want to see if we do the copy all files. Maybe it had a problem with those.
Because look, now file 2. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out because it copied the folder but not the files for Social Distortion.
It didn't copy anything for Citrix.
No, nothing. And then it has that problem right there. I wonder why.
Ooh, on the file copy here,
Which one?
because we went after, you said folder. Should we be going after single file for those patterns? As opposed to
No, because single file. Once you do single file, it removes those.
One file, okay.
Because it says there's 2 files there.
Yeah.
Oh, there
there,
they
okay.
went. Okay, so we didn't do those filters right. Social Distortion, we'll figure that one out.
We will.
We'll log a bug or else figure out and explain it the next time.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Part
5
2.
minutes long.
That's what you want to do Robocopy, guys. Or maybe we have a filter in there that says Social Distortion, never
copy that.
anything from Social Distortion.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Adam if that's the case.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Obviously, we test. If there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Yeah, all right. Hey, thanks for checking this out. Hey, test this out. Hey, be our testers.
Yeah.
Check this out. See if we've had too much whiskey over here and we were just making
We
some
just
stupid
can't
mistake.
type correct.
Yeah. To type correctly.
Correct.
Anyway, hey guys, rock on. Thanks. We'll see you guys next week. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks for joining the webcast. I feel like we really bonded this week. Hey, congratulations going out to Chris M., winner of PDQ swag. Hit us up at webcast at adminarsenal.com. We'll get that sent out to you. And if you have any other questions, make sure to hit up our support forums. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.